afternoon, everyone. This is Praveen Puram. Right now we are in IACA and we have a special guest, CIO of Delta Airlines, Mr. Rahul Samant. Hi Rahul, welcome to the show.
Nice to be here. Thank you.
Advance Happy Independence Day to you.
Happy Independence Day to everyone as well. What a momentous occasion here.
How do you feel being a CIO and coming for the independence as a chief guest?
Well, listen, I mean, India, my heart, and a big part of my heart is still in India. So anything that brings the two countries together, anything that brings our two cultures, great nations together, I'm always there and I'm a big supporter. So it's been fun.
Rahul, being the CIO, now you see all the Indians, most of the majority companies, all the CEOs are Indo-Americans. How do you feel being an Indo-American? What is the message to the youth?
Well, I think, listen, it's just an incredible amount of pride. And it just shows you, one, this is the land of opportunity. We came here as immigrants in our 20s, and here we are, many of us 25, 30 years later, having great careers in large US, corporations. But it's about hard work, it's about dedication, the ethics of business here, and just persevering every day. And then the sky's the limit. I think, we've got a galaxy of Indian business leaders that prove that out.
And also, second thing I want to touch upon is the being in politics, right? Do you see a gap being in the Indo-American community?
Well, I think we've started to see more active participation, especially from the first generation, right? So we do have now a handful of congressmen and women of Indian origin. And I think it's just going to increase given the stature of our community and how close India and the United States are in terms of our values and the democracy that we share. I think it's just a matter of time. When we came here, we were all about business and jobs and establishing ourselves. The next generation has limitless opportunity to serve the country, right? And we see that already. There's a lot more Indians that are now in the administration, in politics, and it's just going to grow.
Rahul, you see Atlanta has grown like, 5-folds, 10-folds in the last 5 years, right? So do you see any direct flights from Delta being, because everyone asks that question and everyone will be happy.
You always save the loaded question for the end. No, listen, if you remember back in December 2019, we started a non-stop flight from JFK to Mumbai.
Yeah.
And so not hard to connect from Atlanta. We fly a dozen times a day to New York. And so that was a great connection. I was, fortunate to inaugurate that flight, be on the first flight. Unfortunately, none of us could have foreseen COVID. COVID happened. We are now back on our feet, as you can tell. The airline's doing really well. We are awaiting the right kind of equipment. We need a plane that is capable of flying nonstop from the US East Coast all the way to India. Of course, the Russian airspace is closed, which means you need a plane that can even go longer. So I'm hopeful somewhere in the next couple of years, everything calms down. We have the right plane. The geopolitical conditions are favorable. And absolutely, our desire is to directly connect, India with the United States.
And last question to you, I will not hold you for a while. So being in the Indo-American community and the IT business, how is your association and where are you from?
So I'm from Mumbai originally, born and brought up in Mumbai, spent my first 22 years in India, and then I moved to England for 3 years. I've been here 31 years. But as I said, you can move anywhere in the world, but in your heart, you still have immense love for India. And of course, you love your adopted country. And when the two countries are so aligned, right, it's so easy to love both equally. So a great place to be.
Absolutely. Thank you. you so much for your time, and being in the C position in Delta Airlines, definitely we have a good association with you, and we are proud that whenever you come to these events, we get a chance to interact with you. And what's the final message to the community?
Well, I think the final message is, we are such a bridge between the most populous democracy in the world, which is India, and the oldest democracy in the world, which is the United States. And the Indian diaspora here, 4 million plus people. It is our responsibility to build a strong bridge between these two great nations. And I hope events like these continue to do that.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Have a
you.
wonderful